Hi, and welcome to the ayControl Academy. In the last video, you learned about the different control elements and their typical uses. In this video, we'll give you some more tips and show you how to improve the visual appearance of the user interface in a few simple steps. There are a lot of talented and experienced people out there who are doing a great job when it comes to the design of the ayControl user interface. On the other hand, we've received plenty of ayControl project files, which are technically working, but design-wise, let's say they're not that good. Let's address how we typically structure information within ayControl. So we usually put the so-called room name on top of the page. One room can have one or more pages, each containing at least one grid, or in other words, rows and columns, where we can place our control elements. One problem we see over and over again is that people are trying to put as many control elements on one page as possible. Just don't think of white space as your enemy or as empty space. Well-used white space can have many beneficial effects on your design. One method of creating a bit of white space and adding structure to your layout is by adding a label, which you can add as a control element. For example, if you put 7 switches on one single column without any other control element in between, it's getting a bit difficult to find the one you're currently looking for. Adding those labels helps the user to navigate the desired elements in an easy way. Another problem we often see is that the control elements aren't labeled correctly. While technical terms work best for ETS programming, they're not very suitable for the end user. So, how should control elements be labeled? Lights, blinds and other devices are normally placed in rooms. So, typically, users will expect a similar hierarchy in the visualizations of their smart building. The room name already provides rough information about the location. Then we already learned how to add labels, which serve further context. By positioning the active control element in the room and placing labels on top of them, we already have created a lot of context. Those labels help us to bring text length of the control element to a minimum. So there's no longer the need to add the text light to a switch when the label above already says that the lights can be found here. So, to sum this up, if you're currently using technical terms in the labels of your control elements, please rename them with these tips in mind. Page background images can easily be set on each page in the ayControl editor. In addition to the graphic enhancement, it also helps the user's brain to recognize which page is currently open more quickly. The ayControl editor comes with an image library containing sample images for the different rooms. If you don't like specific pictures, you can use the categories abstract or blurred, or even your own pictures. With the built-in image editor, you can cut your image down and apply simple effects like a blur. Tablets obviously offer much more display space than smartphones, and we often get the question where to start, smartphone or tablet. Well, it doesn't really matter, but most of our users prefer to start with a smartphone first. They then use the drag and drop functionality in the ayControl editor to copy a group of selected controls from the smartphone grid into the tablet grid. ayControl currently supports 3 different navigation modes. The 2 classic methods, static menu and dynamic menu, and the more modern graphical menu. If you're using the 2 classical modes, you can give each room one of your built-in icons. Here we have an example of how it looks like in the static menu. A more modern way is to use the graphical menu. Using the graphical menu, you can use small individual images by editing the so-called menu images of your rooms. Again, you can use the images of the built-in image library or import your own images. With little engagement per room, you can improve the visual design to this modern form. Another more advanced topic, which we won't cover in this video, would be adding a subgrid in an already existing grid and using a frame as a background for creating collections of control elements. Considering these tips, you will be able to instantly improve the visual design of your or your customer's projects. If you have any further questions about ayControl, please visit our blog at aycontrol.com/blog-en.